What's going on, Motor City Talk family? We back. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. Today we reviewing every Detroit Lion regular season opponent. Today we start off with the Week 10 opponent, the Carolina Panthers. They coming back to Ford Field once again this year. And November 18th, if you're interested in the tickets, pretty sure they're still available. But we pre-reviewing the Carolina Panthers, and they had a few changes. Obviously they didn't bring back Jonathan Stewart and Starley Lute. I didn't even know Jace Bird was on a roster. They didn't bring him back. Once he left Buffalo, it just seemed like he fell off. They didn't bring back. Obviously, they traded Calvin Benjamin. They didn't bring back Kurt Coleman. But Julius Peppers I think he played there last year. He will return. They picked up Dante Poe from the Falcons. Just seemed like he wasn't the same, especially when he started off with the Kansas City Chiefs. They drafted DJ Moore. They brought in a receiver, Torrey Smith. They still have Devin Funchess, Detroit native. So, it'd be interesting. They brought in C.J. Anderson, the running back from Denver, to replace Jonathan Stewart, who had been with the Carolina Panthers forever. So that's an end of an era, because when him and D'Angelo Williams was the 1-2 punch there, for a long time. So, yeah, man, the Panthers, it seemed like they didn't make a huge splash, but they really never, made huge personnel splashes, man. They just had a good system that worked, especially on defense. They had a really, really good system on defense that worked. A really, really good one, man. And, they still got, Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis. They put Dante Poe up front to replace Starley Lute. Obviously, Charles Johnson been long gone. Obviously, they didn't really, bring any star corners in. That's not their thing. But when we played the Panthers last year, Cam was still hurt, and that's the game that Cam got healthy in. Cam got healthy that game, and he torched the Lions to Ed Dixon, and he torched him with Devin Funchess, hometown kid, in the end zone at Ford Field. So, they just torched us all the way around through the air. Ed Dixon had a career year. But the good thing about Ed Dixon is he won't be back this year. He didn't do nothing else before and after that game this season but torch the Lions. And the Lions have had a terrible time covering tight ends, but Greg Olsen is back. He should be 100% healthy. The youth stand up in the building. Shout out to the Miami University. But I can't tell you that the Panthers have got better going in from this last season to this season as far as complete personnel. Because Dante Poe, he didn't really play good in Atlanta, whatever reason that may be. On Starley Lute, he was good. He had a heart condition coming into the league, but he was able. But they still got Short down there, and Dante Poe should be able to man that. Their defense is going to be more than formidable, but they just don't believe in investing in defensive backs. They let Josh Norman leave. They don't believe it. Trey Boston, he left there, went to San Diego and tore it up. He's still not signed off for whatever reason. He must be overpricing himself. But they don't believe in defensive backs. They believe in winning the game with their front seven. And if you can pick up their pressures and you can block with your five, or you can block with a tight end and protect your quarterback, he got time to go into the second or the third progression into his reading. You can slice up the Carolina Panthers. But that's tough because their front seven was so good at rushing the passer and defending the passer. They linebackers and Kuechly and Davis, they can defend. You know what I'm saying? They can cover. Zone. They can pick up some man coverage. They can do a lot of different things. So that's what makes them difficult. You know what I'm saying? But Cam's health if he's healthy and he get back to where he was 2 years ago, Carolina instantly gonna be better. Christian McCaffrey going to probably be a little bit more stronger and more involved. Anderson going to bring him a little bit of fresh legs if he can get back on track. See, it's a lot of ifs going on just with the offense. If Greg Olsen can get back, if DJ Moore, if everything is indicative of what he's been doing in OTAs and tearing it up without the pads on, if he bring that dynamic, he going to be the number one receiver. He going to play outside slot. If Torrey Smith still can stretch the field, Devin Funchess can continue to grow from being a tight end at the University of Michigan to receiver in the NFL, and I expect him to continue to grow. Carolina could be very, very dangerous as long as they can continue to block and Cam is healthy. That was what kind of held them up last year. Cam wasn't healthy. I don't think he was healthy at any point last year. And he played through the pain. And he seemed to did get healthy in the Lions game. But guess what? Nobody get healthy going through a 16 game grind in the NFL. So he was never completely healthy. If he's healed and his impact on that team is gonna make the team at least 2.5 games better. You know, that's for real. You know, if he healthy and Christian McCaffrey, you know, do what he does, he can stay healthy. And DJ Moore, I think, you know, is an upgrade for the receiving core and the offense. And Greg Olsen come back healthy. Health is gonna be they thing. I think Thomas Davis got suspended for performance enhancing drugs for the first 4 games, I believe, or however long it was. So that won't affect the game with the Lions. We played them Week 10 at Ford Field, November 18th. You know, right before the Thanksgiving game. So I think health is going to be, you know, what is the determining factor with this team going into this year with the Carolina Panthers. Could they make a Super Bowl run with this team? I believe anytime you got Cam Newton, you got dynamic guys like Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore and Devin Funchess can grow into his role. You got a chance with Cam Newton. You know, I think Norv Turner is the offensive coordinator now, and he probably can help. I think, don't quote me on it, I think he can help Cam. You know, with using his progressions and checking the ball down and not going deep. And he can do some things. He did some great things in Minnesota before they let him go. So I think that's a good thing, you know. And he's going to be able to get Cam to use his 3 and 5 and 7 step drops more often than scramble. So if Cam is deadly from the pocket and they always got to think about him running, that's going to be an issue. The Panthers is going to go as far as if their health take them and the progression that Cam Newton take them from the pocket. If Cam Newton can play from the pocket and torch guys up, and they like to start respecting Cam Newton's arm on a consistent basis, and his accuracy and his completion percentage go up, they're gonna be dangerous and he healthy. You know, he the most important person on the team. You know, Cam Newton and his receiving core. It just seems like they don't invest in defensive backs and they don't like to invest in receivers. You know, so at the end of the day, that's what it's gonna be for the Carolina Panthers. Health and Cam, and they front seven dominating, you know. If that happens, they got a chance to make it a long way. But right now, I can't say they improved from last year. You know, I know Cam will be more healthier, but I think it's an improvement coming from the Carolina Panthers. But the positions they weak at, they just tend never to hit them and execute that in free agency or the draft. They really never go out there and try to make a big move on a big receiver to get Cam a legit number 1 target. DJ Moore can grow into that. You know, we've seen rookie receivers hit the ground running. Anquan Bolden. You know what I'm saying? He had an amazing rookie year. We've seen it happen before. You know, with Greg Olsen coming back, they give him a target. Christian McCaffrey out the backfield, they give him a target. CJ Anderson running the ball in the middle, they give him, you know, some run relief for him and McCaffrey. Devin Funchess got a running mate with DJ Moore and somebody that can stretch the field, and Torrey Smith still. That give him a little bit. This might be the most potent offense that he has as far as position skills around him. As long as they block, they should be good. But as far as their weaknesses on defense, I mean, think about it. They playing the Lions. You know, the Lions got the number 1, most people believe the number 1 receiving core in the league. You know, they ain't got Eric Ebron drop a ball in the end zone and drop a morale in this game this year. Then they ain't got Darren Fields to drop the ball behind him in the end zone. The Lions is going to be the Lions' new rebuilt offensive line able to handle the pressures that Carolina bring in the front seven. If they able to handle that, I guarantee you the Lions will torch the Carolina secondary, man. It's no ifs, ands, buts about it. But that's hard to pick up them exotic blitzes and the pressure they bring with 4 and the 3-man pressures that look like 4 and they drop 1 in coverage. You know, Carolina's pressure packages are very, very exotic. And under Ron Rivera. This is a very, very well coached and fundamentally sound team. And, you know, much respect to the Carolina Panthers, man. They're a really good team, but like I said, it depends on the health of Cam Newton, whether this team takes a step forward or stay in neutral or take a step back. If I had a hunch that Cam is going to be healthy and motivated this year, I think this team gets better. But also the Lions have got better. It's going to come down to the Lions defense, Matt Patricia, and the new defensive coordinator scheming and them pricking up the pressures on offense And the receivers having the opportunity to slice and dice the secondary of the Carolina Panthers. That's been a weakness for a long time. It's Motor City Sports Talk. This is one preview. Maybe next couple of days or next week we get to another preview. Definitely appreciate it. Don't forget to share the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know we upload and go live. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate you for watching the channel, and continue to share and tell somebody about Motor City Sports Talk, the new media in Detroit for all sports. We gone.